Hey, good evening, guys. This is Manni Chopra at the May 2025 Titans. It's our 9th birthday, and I'm here with none other than Tariq Mubarak. Welcome, Tariq.
Thank you very much.
So Tariq's one of our speakers this evening, and he's going to be talking about lots of legal stuff, one of them being Freehold and Leasehold Reform Act. And Tariq, do you want to share a little bit about what this is and what is the benefit to developers, investors?
Yeah, so there's a lot of opportunities in the leasehold and freehold reform bill that then became law last year. So there's quite a few opportunities for short lease properties and also with regard to right to manage. And also acquiring the freeholds as well. And then there's going to also be a shift towards more common hold, which the government is very keen on.
Okay, so is leasehold going to disappear eventually?
Essentially, that is the aim of the government.
And so you're talking about short leases. Is it the change about that you don't have to be owning it for 2 years?
Correct, yeah. So since January 2025, the requirement to have owned the property for 2 years has been removed. So as soon as you buy a property, you can straight away extend the lease. And then also you are tagging on 990 years as opposed to just 90 years. So it's almost a virtual freehold that gets added on to your lease. And then of course your ground rent drops to a peppercorn as well. So it's a pretty major shift. And then hopefully later this year, we're going to see a shift in the implementation of the valuation methodology to calculate what the premium ought to be, and that will really bring down the cost of extending.
Is it the marriage value?
The marriage value and the hope value, yeah. So that's going to be a change.
Is that imminent then, or is that apparently there's a case where some billionaire freeholders are taking the government to court?
Yeah, so the challenge is that it's on the statute books already, but it's got to be implemented by what's called secondary legislation by the Secretary of State, and they're just consulting on that because it impacts a lot of social landlords, housing associations, local authorities. So they want to be careful that they're not removing that revenue stream from a lot of those landlords.
Right. So, but it will eventually.
It will eventually, yeah.
Because the royal assent and the sign-off has been given.
Correct, yeah.
Right. So,
and there's actually a common theme I see running between the Renters' Rights Bill now and also the Leasehold and Freehold Reform Act. Both governments, both the Labour government and previously the Conservative government, are literally not keen on landlords. So they are moving the rights more towards the lessees and the tenants.
Yeah.
So as a landlord, it's not so great. But if you're a leasehold owner, you're getting more rights through the various reforms coming down the line.
Yeah, because historically, property investors have started off buying possibly just with flats, and if they're leaseholds, then you can benefit from that angle as a property.
Correct, and also I have a number of clients who've always said to me that I've paid for the flat already.
Yeah.
Why do I need to pay for it again to extend the lease term? So the government has recognized that, and which is why they're shifting the focus towards you've bought it once, and then when you extend it, you don't have to keep paying.
It'll be a minimal payment again.
Correct.
To make.
Yeah, you don't need to keep
some
repaying.
Payment, presumably.
There will be some payment, but especially once they implement the reduction in the marriage value and hope value, the price you pay will be a lot smaller.
So would you recommend, because I've got one in London which is currently under 60 years, do you think I should wait or?
So this is the challenge because whether you wait or not will depend on quite a number of factors. The main factor being when is your mortgage about to run out? Your fixed term, for example. So if your fixed term is coming to an end and you need to refinance, then it's in your interest probably to extend the lease term rather than wait. But if you've got some runway on your mortgage fixed term, you might as well wait because likely that change in the valuation methodology will happen.
So a couple of years that you wait and it goes down, it'll be compensated by the change in the marriage value cost.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, that's a good tip. And anything else to add to?
Common hold, there's going to be, the opening paragraph introduction for the white paper that the government has introduced for common hold is that they are going to ban leaseholds at some point in the future, and all new leases, or all new flats rather, will be granted on common hold rather than leaseholds. So that is a pretty major shift.
So short lease strategy is even more lucrative, I guess, because the leaseholds will not cost as much to renew, but not everyone knows about it.
Correct. Yeah. So I think as a strategy for investors, it's there's got a lot of opportunities there. And on the reverse, if you're a landlord, which has got the freehold reversion for short leases, you're very keen to get those deals done now before the change in valuation methodology, because you're probably going to end up losing quite a bit of premium.
Okay. Well, also, does this change in law help in doing more creative deals?
I think certainly it makes it a lot easier because before, for example, where you had to own the property for 2 years, what you used to do is you'll ask the seller to serve the notice between
Yes.
exchange and completion.
Yeah.
And then on completion, you take over and run the lease extension. Now you don't have to worry about that complexity, and it makes the deals a lot easier to do because otherwise, for example, if you had a short lease, you had to get either cash to purchase it or bridge finance.
Yes.
But now that you know you can extend as soon as you've completed, it should open up more funding lines for you.
Okay, brilliant. Well, listen, I'm sure you got lots of other tips in the pipeline in your talk. So thank you so much for coming along. Quite excited to have you speak on our 9th birthday as well. And guys, we do Titans each and every month. Tariq is also a sponsor with us, so he's here most months. So do come along to our next one, which is Thursday, the 5th of June, our last one for the summer before the next one in September. So check our website, teamtitans.co.uk. Tariq, thank you so much, and look forward to your talk.
Thank you very much.